My name is Kenneth Braswell. I'm the Executive Director of Fathers Incorporated. I'm sure many of you have heard about our initiative that we're moving for February 6th. It is called the National Save Our Sons Night. And I'm glad that you're watching this video. I want to tell you a little bit about the night that sometimes may be a little difficult if you're looking at the website or any other information that's kind of floating around. But I just wanted to tell you from my own mouth so that you're a little more clear about what it is we're trying to do. The idea came as a result of kind of watching what has been taking place in our community over the last year or so, if not our entire history. But I wanted to put together something that would help us change the imagery of how society looks, particularly at our black men and boys. And I thought about, some of the commentary that I've heard over the last few months with respect to the tragedies that's taking place in our communities, and the question to which, what should we do now? And I'm struck by that question because the answer for me to that question is, I would hope that you would do now what you've been asked to do all along by organizations and communities and activists and folks who've been asking you for their help in their efforts and in their not-for-profits, that you haven't answered the call, quite frankly. And I'm hoping that what we do now is to go back into our communities and find a way to actively engage in not only saving our sons, although that's the focus that we have on this particular project, but saving our children, saving our daughters as well. And I'll talk to you just briefly about that project that'll be coming up in May. But National Save Our Sons Night, we're happy, now to have 54 organizations across 34 cities. We have 8 national organizations, and we have 3 churches, and we're hoping to increase the number of churches around the country that will engage in activity for our effort. For those of you who are looking for more information on Save Our Sons Night and don't want to listen to the rest of my presentation, you can always go to saveoursonsnight.com. That website is home base for us, and it really lays out everything that we're trying to do for this particular evening. For those of you who are not aware of Fathers Incorporated and what we do, I would also point you towards our website at www.fathersincorporated.com. There you will find our history, you will find out what we do, you'll find out why we do what we do, and I won't bore you, with my perspective on, the work that we do and how I feel is relevant and important. I would just ask that you go to the website. You can also follow us on Facebook at Facebook/Fathers Incorporated, or on Twitter at Fathers Incorp. And so I talked to you a little bit about why we were doing the project with respect to Save Our Sons Night, but I want to read to you 4 points that we created to make it very crystal clear. And those points are to change the imagery of black men and boys interactions, ultimately all men and boys, but we want to focus on our men and boys of color. To encourage the planning of events and activities to encourage our son and boys. Thirdly, to encourage fathers/men to plan a significant amount of time to spend fun and teachable activities with their son. And 4, to initiate a more consistent habit of father and son interaction. And so if you want to know who should be involved, we're looking for mentorship organizations, other social service organizations, churches, businesses, schools, and even the media. Anything you could do on that particular day to encourage the interaction of our boys and the relationship between their fathers and our men and our son and boys, we would hope that you would think about doing. We do have some suggested activities for those of you who might be thinking, I'm not exactly sure what we could do. On this very simplistic level, you can volunteer at your son's school. Sign up to take a class with your son. Take your son to work that day. Write a letter to your son about your expectations for his future. Plan whatever he wants to do for the evening. Plan a special mentorship night with a group of boys. Plan a special church service to highlight men and boys in your church and men and boys in your community. Build, write, or create something together Or tell your son about your family history. Those are all fun things. We are actually creating an activity guide that has more in it, with more ideas. But that's the gist of what it is we're trying to do. We're just trying to encourage on that particular night to provide fun and teachable activities, events, and moments for our son and boys. Again, our website is www.saveoursonsnight.com. All of the information is there. We would like to see you sign up as a partner so we can continue to show our society how we are coming together and synergizing a network of organizations who care and really want to do something special on this particular night. So if you simply sign up that night, we'll add you to the list. If you're curious about who signed up already, you can also go to the website and see our current partners. Again, we are 54 organizations strong around the country and growing. And so I think that's it. I just encourage you to sign up for SaveOurSonsNight.com or Save Our Sons Night activities. Continue to watch the work that we're doing. Watch your Twitter page, watch your Facebook account, sign up on our website and like our Facebook page so that you can stay in touch with what we're doing. And so if you have any questions, feel free to email me at fathersincorporated@gmail.com. You can give our office a call at 770-804-9800. Again, the number is 770-804-9800. Or you can get to us through our website. There's a lot of national activities taking place that we would like for you to know about, and all of the activities that our partners are engaging in will ultimately be posted on our site so you can see if there's any activities and things that are taking place in your own local community that you might get engaged in. And so again, I thank you for listening tonight. Let me leave you with these three answers to these three questions because people have had these questions for me. The first question is, can women participate? And the answer to that is absolutely. And while we're attempting to increase the bond between our men and our boys, if it is a family activity that you have to do, by all means do it. But remember that for this particular evening, the focus is on the men and boys. And so you can have a family activity, but we want to make sure that the intention of the activity that you create is focused towards the men and boys of your family. The second question is, do you have to be black to participate, or an African American to participate? And again, the answer is no, you don't. However, with this particular project, we understand what's taking place in our community and the needed or the increased need to do the work specifically with our men and boys, but that doesn't take away from the larger problem, and that is that we need to do work with all our men and boys across the spectrum. And so this particular effort is focused on our black men and boys, but that doesn't mean that you have to be black to do something that evening with the men and boys in your community. And then the third one is, what about our daughters and what about our girls? We have not forgotten our precious jewels. We want to focus on boys this time, but stay tuned to our website and stay tuned to our activities, because on May 8th, we are going to be engaged in National Save Our Daughters Night. And so let's rally the wagon to do something big and phenomenal for February 6th for National Save Our Sons Night. And then as soon as we're past that, we can turn our attention on our daughters. And then once we get past that, collectively we can decide to point at our families, our churches, our communities, wherever we want to point at that point. But I think that it's necessary work to do currently to focus on our sons and focus on our daughters and then focus on our families. Again, my name is Kenneth Braswell with Fathers Incorporated. You can reach me at fathersincorporated@gmail.com and fathersincorporated.com. Take care, God bless, and hope to see you sign up soon.